And we welcome you to Theodore Roosevelt Memorial Park, and we apologize for the technical difficulties. About 19 minutes gone by, we're scoreless. Oyster Bay United FC and Lancaster Elite. Hello again, everybody. I'm John Perez. Thank you for making us a part of your Saturday afternoon. The regular season finale. Oyster Bay has already locked their spot in the playoffs, and Lancaster Elite, this is a must-win game. They win, and they are in the playoffs as there's a chance up ahead. A shot, and it just goes wide. And a nice save by the Lancaster keeper, Delvin Delsid, on the oncoming shot. Oyster Bay wearing their home highlight yellow jerseys, and Lancaster in the road whites. And we'll get a corner kick as Sebastian Ruiz will take it from the far side. As we enter the 20th minute, Ruiz is set to go from the corner in the set piece. Far side, Pedro Vacasella tries to knock it down and puts it on net. And a nice one-hop save by Delvin Delsid. And some of the easier saves that he's made so far. Oyster Bay United has had some opportunities, hit the post, hit the crossbar on a couple of shots, but we are still scoreless here in Oyster Bay. Vacasella, the forward, playing it back towards the far side, as that was Luis Altuve. Chipped up ahead. Here's an opportunity. Wilbur Gomez, known as Chicky, tries to center it, and it gets blocked as he plays it towards the far sideline. And a throw-in for Oyster Bay. Off the quick restart. This is Junior Rosero, and now played towards the midfield. And chipped up ahead. Junior Rosero, one of the top goal scorers in the UPSL. And 15 goals in the regular season. Somebody that Oyster Bay is going to rely on come the playoffs. The quarterfinals start Wednesday night. And, of course, you can follow the action on USPL.com. Through ball gets blocked by Lancaster. And Ruiz back out to play it. In direction of the far side as it just floats over the back line. Here's Rosero. Couldn't handle it. Second chance shot wide. The header just goes over the net. It was a good ball from Luis Chacon. And Gomez's header went over the crossbar. Delvin Delsid. Let's take the goal kick. About 22 minutes first half remaining. Might be off by a couple of minutes. The scoreboard not functioning here in Oyster Bay, so they're keeping the time on the field. So I'm trying to keep it as close to 45 minutes as possible. But it might be off by a minute or two. But second half, we will be there. Through ball up ahead. And Delsid comes out to play it on the on-charging Oyster Bay striker, Sebastian Ruiz. There's Kevin Shannon, local product, playing it towards the far side. Nice crowd on hand as fans have come out for the regular season finale. At halftime, Oyster Bay making donations to the Glen Cove and Oyster Bay soccer clubs, $5,000 each, as Wilbur Gomez will be called offside. as Oyster Bay's front line has been able to crack the back line of Lancaster. Oyster Bay, a team that was originally founded in Queens. It was Queens Meadow FC, was the old team name. Team was about to fold. The owner was ready to close up shop, the old owner, and it was really the job of Jean-Pierre Espejo to keep Oyster Bay intact. He told his team, with 4 weeks remaining, give me the final 4 weeks. I'll find an ownership group or somebody that'll take care of you guys, and he's done that so far. That's what the owner, Matthew Colakioko. Here's a shot and a save. Rosero is denied by Delcid. And a long through ball. But anyway, to put a bow on the story, Mark Colakioko coming in and saving the team, taking over as the new owner, rebranded, moved over to Oyster Bay from Eastern Queens, and it's been success ever since. They've got aspirations of playing for the Gold Cup next year. And there's another offside called. As Dylan Woods once again called offside, and coaching staff pleading that, well, he's coming from the midfield and he's breaking past these defenders. Why is it offside? Woods. Dylan Woods out of Oceanside, played his high school ball at Long Beach. Led Long Beach to a AA title in 2016. Coaching staff loves his speed, says he's very, very fast, and it was funny talking to Jean-Pierre Espejo earlier this week. He used the word fast 5 times when describing him, and we've seen that in the first half, him breaking past the back line, and there he is once again. This is Rosero, and he'll be called for an offside, as the speed of Oyster Bay not helping their cause with these referees. "24 and a half minutes into this first half. We're still scoreless. Vacasella. Woods was up high. Here's Ruiz. Sebastian Ruiz out of Queens. And a nice step in on the other side by the Lancaster defender, Ethan Senatori. Some good Division I talent from Lancaster. Some players from St. Joseph's U in Philadelphia, York. A lot of Pennsylvania programs, obviously. Of course, Lancaster, Amish country in Pennsylvania. Here's Rosero. Shot blocked. But he keeps up with it. Gomez. And now Ruiz. Trying to shake 2 defenders. And Lancaster clears it. Nice step in. Here's Gomez, all alone on the breakaway. Wilbur Gomez. The drop-off, Rosero scores! And Oyster Bay leads it 1-0. The speed of Oyster Bay United FC making Lancaster pay, and they lead it 1-0. It was Gomez to Rosero, and Oyster Bay flexing their muscle early on, midway through the first half. And now Kevin Delcid is hurt. Not sure. Maybe he twisted something, or you hope didn't hyperextend and have a lower body injury. And of course, like we mentioned for Lancaster, it's a win and they're in situation. If they win, they're in the playoffs. But they're down 1-0. As we'll wait for Delcid. So as Delcid gets ready in the net, good to see that he's standing up under his own power. Might be a little shaken up and favoring that right side. Grabbed at his hip and his right pec. But a 1-0 lead for Oyster Bay United. Play toward the far side. Gomez challenging. That was Matthew Lynch. Dropping it off. Vacasella to Ruiz. Play towards the middle. And a good step in by Lancaster. As that was Senatori once again stepping in, causing havoc. Get a throw in for Lancaster. 30 minutes gone by in the first half. Oyster Bay with a 1-0 lead at home. Ruiz, the drop off. Vacasella. And Ruiz sending it up. Rosero in pursuit, but Delcid on the backtrack will scoop it up and reset and roll it in the direction of Senatori. Anthony Milazzo. Dylan Woods, double teamed. And a whistle and a free kick for Oyster Bay. And a quick restart. Lancaster wasn't expecting it. Nice through ball up ahead. Lancaster with some space. Ryan Butler, and he gets knocked aside. Good defense from OBUFC. Oyster Bay on the reset in the midfield. Pedro Vacasella to Ruiz. And Gomez plays it back to Vacasella. Vacasella out of South Hackensack, New Jersey, played professionally in Ecuador. As we've seen, he's got a good long foot. A couple of times he's had forwards down the field, and of course that was called for offside, but up ahead a chip and a nice save, Delcid. As that was Teofilo Chavez charging and trying to make this a 2-0 Oyster Bay lead. Vacasella directing the offense. There's a shot and a goal. Oyster Bay, once again, the long goal. And they lead it 2-0 at home. Junior Rosero once again. It's a 2-0 lead for Oyster Bay. Rosero, the Long Island native out of Bayshore. Played at Stony Brook, then over at Siena. Also played professionally in Colombia with America Calle. Leading the conference with now 17 goals. The former second-team All-Max selection at Siena. As Lancaster is down 2-0 on the road. From outside the box. Here's Ruiz. 1v1, Sebastian Ruiz trying to get some separation. Using the left foot, the cross, the shot, and another goal. It's a hat trick. Junior Rosero once again, goal number 18. Oyster Bay up 3-0 at home. Rosero up ahead, through ball. Chacon. Chavez with the cross in the direction of Ruiz. It's broken up. And there is Del Cid. Once again, Oyster Bay just pouring it on. As they have figured out the defense. Rosero once again, that's goal number 4, 4-0 Oyster Bay. If you're just tuning in, what a first half for Junior Rosero. 4-0 Oyster Bay. He's got all 4 of the goals. Now 19 on the season. That leads the league. And Oyster Bay, a team that's already locked up their spot in the playoffs, now playing spoiler to Lancaster, who is down huge and need to get 1 on the board before the half. And a collision. Vacasella goes down. Got the brunt of it. And a yellow card on Lancaster. As that was Anderson Velaswang. Picking up the yellow card in the 39th minute. 5 minutes left till the half. Nice crowd on hand here at Oyster Bay. Starting to fill out the bleachers for the regular season finale. Of course, want to salute their team before they head into the playoffs. Here's Gomez. Shannon comes out to play it. And back to Sella. Kevin Shannon in net. Hasn't really had a lot of opportunities, which is how the defense likes it for Oyster Bay. The keeper out of Glen Cove. Coaching staff lauding his good spirits, says that he's always a happy guy, works hard, and an offside call on Oyster Bay. As Dylan Woods called a step ahead of the defense. Anderson Velaswang working with Ruiz, trying to get some space. Coming in on Shannon, the cross, and gets knocked aside. About 3 minutes left in the first half. It's been all Oyster Bay. Shannon sends it far side. Ball headed around. And a whistle. That was Teofilo Chavez with the foul. From the far side, headed back. Ball up ahead. Here's Ruiz in pursuit. Has a step on Senatori with some separation. Will wait for his teammates. Trying to cross it towards the center. But Chavez couldn't stop it. Gomez working hard, gets it taken away. And good defense by the Lancaster defense. That was Matthew Ziders. Seldes will come out. So into the final minute of the half. It's been Junior Rosero 4, Lancaster nothing. Long ball up ahead. Lancaster looking to get one on the board. Maxwell Moyer sends it far side and a whistle. And an offside called against Lancaster. And Oyster Bay can start to run out the clock. And there is the whistle. And that is the half. Couldn't have drawn it up better for Oyster Bay as they lead it 4-0 at the half. Junior Rosero with all 4 goals. And it's halftime here at Oyster Bay. We'll step aside. Second half coming up.
I'm on one.
I just write them on a random.
I got him on a piece of paper.
I got them
Yeah.
out. Do a time.
Honestly, whatever. If you have a piece of paper. Yeah. Just the name of the team, the time, and who's coming in, who's coming out. We're good. Check. Once a year. Once a season. Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you gotta go and do it officially. And even if you're ART, you gotta do it for the report card. Your name will be accepted, you get that. If like the photo feels like this is the game. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Check. That was the first thing.
One.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't click report.
I'll email pictures. Do you have the link?
It's on U.S. officials where you would accept the game. Yeah. You know, where you see it, it would just be, you'll see all of our names, and you'll see accepted. If he reports the score, you'll see reported. You know, it's wherever you would see accepted, right next to your name. So you'll see a little button that says report.
No, I did. That's what it's called because like the source and one of like. Yeah, so the headset up, that's to look like that. One, two, three, four, five.
And we welcome you back to Oyster Bay Theodore Roosevelt Memorial Park, where it is Oyster Bay United FC with a 4-0 lead going into the second half. Hello again, everybody. I'm John Perez. Thank you so much for making us a part of now your Saturday evening. Oyster Bay, 4 goals from Junior Rosero in the first half. As boy, he was sensational. And now Oyster Bay, a team that's already clinched their playoff berth, just 45 minutes away from ending the regular season out with a win. And ending on a high note, and a win for Oyster Bay would knock Lancaster out of the playoffs. Quarterfinals set to begin Wednesday night. We'll follow all the updates on USPL.com. On the cross, Kevin Delcid, who had a couple of saves in the first half, comes out to break it up. Oyster Bay with an interesting playing style, and they're more mature than Lancaster. The average age of Oyster Bay FC is around 27 years old. But it's like they've got 4 over the top and using their 2 wingers. Dylan Woods playing it back. As Luis Altuve gets shaken up and comes down. Kevin Shannon gives him a couple of pats on the leg. And he gets the thumbs up, all set to come back in. Kevin Shannon, the Glen Cove native, will play it to the far side. And that'll reach of the lumbering forward, Brian Butler. Luis Chacon. Whistle. And foul drawn. Free kick. For Lancaster. Well, check that, a throw-in. This will be Chris Richards. You see, originally supposed to wear number 29, but because Caleb Nelson also wearing number 29, they put the trainer's tape on the 9. So if that too looks a little off-centered, it's not your screen, you're right. It's not the right number. And Matthew Ziders goes down. But now free kick upcoming for Lancaster. Just about 5 minutes gone by in the second half as we approach the 50th minute of the contest. 4-0 Oyster Bay at home. Oyster Bay sets up the wall. On the free kick, that'll go high. That was Anthony Milazzo. And some subs for Oyster Bay. As will be Franco Paz, Delwin Hernandez, and Rodrigo Descalso to come on for Teofilio Chavez, along with Matthew Lynch and Wilbur Gomez. Just into the game. This is Hernandez with fresh legs. Going to the far side, Sebastian Ruiz. Franco Paz. All three subs for Oyster Bay, getting a touch on the first possession downfield. As that ball will go out. And we'll get a throw in for Oyster Bay. Hernandez chipping it up ahead. Here's Rosero with some space, looking for number 5. Chips it towards the net, and it'll go wide. Junior Rosero already has the elusive 4-goal game, but looking for the extra exclamation marks. .52.5 gone by. Good header, Chacon towards the midfield. Knocked up ahead by Hernandez. Oyster Bay trying to cross. That was Descalso. And we'll get a corner kick. And Oyster Bay, one of the fastest teams in the league. They don't wait for anybody. That's been an integral part of their success, has been their speed. Casella trying to bounce it towards the box. Comes back out. Far side. Oyster Bay is onside. Inside the box. Knocked away. And a ball will come all the way out to Kevin Shannon. Shannon usually the backup, but the local player getting the start in the regular season finale. It's usually Giancarlo Perez out of Colombia, but resting up for the playoffs. Lancaster smelling the net. And the defense holds, but a corner upcoming for Lancaster. And we got a substitution for Lancaster. Anderson Velazwan comes off. As this will be Thomas Elder coming on. And the corner kick. Little bouncer. Comes back outside the box. This is Milazzo. Anthony Milazzo gets it poked away. Kevin Shannon sends the liner towards the midfield. Well, at halftime, Oyster Bay United FC presented 2 checks, one to the Glen Cove Youth Soccer Organization and the other to Oyster Bay's Youth Soccer Organization to the tune of $5,000 each. And good to see Oyster Bay giving back to the community. Of course, both local, and if you're from the North Shore, you know that Glen Cove is only a stone's throw away. Just funny when it comes to Oyster Bay and Glen Cove, they seem to be the only 2 places that are not right off the highway. Junior Rosero, the cross, shot, and a goal. Oyster Bay makes it 5-0. It's Rodrigo Descalso. Oyster Bay capitalizing on the counter, and they're leaving it all out on the field in the regular season finale. And Oyster Bay will have the subs come in. A 5-0 lead. With 32 minutes and change remaining. As Andrea De Soma will come on for Lancaster. And on the other side for Oyster Bay, Duga Dembele, along with Javier Alejandro Jaimes Verde, and Milorad Sabat. What a year it's been for Oyster Bay, and what a curtain call for Oyster Bay. As Shannon will come out. And Shabbat trying to play it towards Dembele. Shabbat causing disruption and pokes it away. That was Daniel Rowe who was charging on. And now Caleb Nilsson will come on for Lancaster. He comes in for Anthony Malasso. And Shannon gobbles it up. Played up ahead. Rosero. Rosero getting the feed. Drops it off, and nobody was home. Junior Rosero looking for his 5th goal of the game, or at least his 1st assist. A 5-0 lead for Oyster Bay at home in their regular season finale, awaiting the quarterfinals Wednesday night. Luis Altuve called for the foul.
out by a mile, coach. Come on. From there, you can't even tell.
Second ball!
Rosero. Rosero's been a man amongst boys today. And we'll get a foul, and it'll go the other way. As that was Thomas Elder who got taken down, claiming that he got poked in the eye. Get it up ahead, and Shannon takes care of the bouncer. Like we mentioned, Kevin Shannon, not a lot of opportunities because of the back line for Oyster Bay, but he has handled the task flawlessly. And there is Shannon once again to play it. Looks towards Altuve, but goes up ahead. Delwin Hernandez. Pedro Vacasella. And playing it back towards Shannon. We're in the 63rd minute. As Verde takes a tumble. And play to the far side. And Richards sends it out. But they'll say it was last touched by Oyster Bay. As Lancaster gets the throw in. Through ball up ahead, didn't get through. Tough to hang out with the speed of Rodrigo Descalso. Up ahead, Rosero. He's onside. Junior Rosero. A shot and a save. Rebound comes out. And taken away by Lancaster. Junior Rosero flirting with his 5th goal. Unable to punch it home. Elders. Playing it back to Daniel Rowe. Far side. It's Richards. Can't track it down, and a goal kick. And whistle. Halting play. Chip towards the middle. Elders. And Lancaster on the reset. Chipped up ahead. Could it be settled? Elders play back though. Gets past his defender. Chipped into the box. Gets past Shannon. The chip. Elders, he scores. Thomas Elder staying with the play. And Lancaster gets one on the board. It's 5-1. Not sure what happened on the reset. But Rodrigo Descalso just kicking a field goal from midfield. So what's that? That's 67 yards. If you're going by the football dimensions. As the Seagulls start to come out, joining the rest of the fans. Here's Oyster Bay once again. The chip, Rosero. And what a save. Kevin Delcid. Robbing Junior Rosero point blank. Rosero already with 4. Was denied on number 5. Another chance. Oyster Bay. Delcid gets a hand on it and covers it up. That was Javier Alejandro. Verde coming in. Shabbat. Altuve. Luis Altuve. Coaching staff says he's a beast at center back. Here's a chance for Oyster Bay. The cross. And Hernandez couldn't finish. Or check that. Descalso couldn't finish on the cross pass from Alejandro. But a corner kick upcoming. Descalso will take it. Descalso on the free kick. Over kicks everyone. "70 minutes in the books. 5-1 Oyster Bay. Oyster Bay on the counter. Shabbat. Good fake. Got some separation. Roller to the near side. Hernandez. And a good step in by Lancaster. Nelson gets it broken up. Shabbat. And Shabbat playing aggressively in the back line, squandering any chance for Lancaster. Here comes Oyster Bay. Across, it's broken up, and a corner upcoming. So Oyster Bay will take the corner. .72 minutes gone by. There's a cross headed up. Shabbat back, punched out, Delcid. Here's Rosero, a liner, and he scores! Number 5, Junior Rosero. Blowing it past the keeper. 6-1, Oyster Bay. Vecasella on the back line. Rosero playing it towards the near side. Chipped up ahead. Drop off, far side. Oyster Bay once again putting on the pressure. It's Rosero trying to elude 2 defenders. And a whistle and a foul. And it'll wipe another goal off the board. Shabbat, the roller. And Luis Altuve with the throw-in. And a 3-way collision. Elder knocking into his own guy. As Delwin Hernandez takes a flop. Chipped up ahead. Here's Rosero. Off the post. Stays with Oyster Bay, and that goes off the field goal post above the net. Yeah, goal kick upcoming. Shabbat. Over the head of Elder. Here comes Delwin Hernandez. Hernandez using that left foot to get some separation. Chips it far side, and Delcid is able to make the leaping grab. 76 minutes in the books. Rodrigo Descalso. Good defense by the back line of Lancaster. As that was Nathan Mukel. And here's a corner kick. Rodrigo Descalso will take the corner. Low set piece. Will come back out. From outside the box, Oyster Bay looking to set something up. And Delson comes out to play it and will lob it up ahead. And Lancaster will take over at midfield. Over the head of Acasella. And now Chabot. Chipped up ahead. Here comes Oyster Bay. To the corner. Descalso. The roller. Rosero in pursuit. Altuve loses his offender. And that'll be a yellow on Altuve. Pretty obvious. And Lancaster shaken up. As that was Caleb Nelson shaken up. And Lancaster speaking to the referees, saying that Altuve has been a repeat offender in this game. Game. Pulled back out. Good defense by Oyster Bay as we enter the final 10 minutes of this contest. Those of you watching at home, number one, thank you. And two, the time, albeit on the bug, not official, as Rosero shanks it. They're keeping the time on the field, but we're as close as possibly can be. (6-1) Oyster Bay. Oyster Bay only in its second year of existence. Got to the league final last year. Looking to win it this year as they're set to play in the quarterfinal Wednesday afternoon. For Lancaster, their season will be over after this game. And a corner kick upcoming. Ziders took the set piece, and Oyster Bay the other way. Rosero, not going to track it down. As Kelson scoops it up and then fires up ahead. Altuve. Cross for Lancaster. Nobody home. And that'll go past everyone. And Shannon out to play it.
Dos veces en 5 minutos nos han llegado. Adelante. Chao, papá.
Descalso charging in. The cross. The chip and the goal. Franco Paz makes it 7-1 Oyster Bay. Oyster Bay has imposed their will this Saturday afternoon. Junior Rosero with 5 of those 7 goals. Franco Paz with the backbreaker. With just under 6 minutes left to play in this one. Duca Dambelli almost goes in. But a whistle beforehand would have wiped it off anyway. Final 5 minutes left in this one. As the ball will come over. Shot blocked by Shabbat. Headed down. Here's Rosero. Could this be 6? No, a save by Delcid. Using the right knee to knock it aside. And Delcid will come out. Rolled over as, like we mentioned, under 4 minutes left to play. These two teams just playing out the string and try to add one more goal, but this one has been decided from the get-go as Oyster Bay took a 4-0 lead into the half. They poured on another 3 in the second half and will cruise into the playoffs by putting up at least 7 goals, with the quarterfinal coming up on Wednesday. Dropped off, far side. Dambelli. Hugo Dambelli, chopped off. As Bretterman had it taken away. Shabbat. And a whistle for a goal kick. There's 2 minutes left in this one. Shannon. As Delcid will come out, scoop it up. As the seconds are ticking away in a very convincing 7-1 Oyster Bay win in their regular season finale. Altuve. Altuve receives it back. Here's Rosero. Chipping it far side. Dambelli. And just a few last kicks for Lancaster. As Delcid sends it downfield, and that'll do it. Oyster Bay wins their regular season on a high note. A 7-1 win at home. Junior Rosero scoring 5 goals in the victory. And the next stop for Oyster Bay United, the playoffs on Wednesday. What an offensive display for Oyster Bay as they pick up the win. Rosero now with a league-leading 19 goals. As Oyster Bay gets the win, Lancaster's season is over. And that will do it here from Oyster Bay. This has been a presentation of Oyster Bay United FC Soccer on USPL.com.